those of you who haven't met me yet, thank you. Hey. Thank you. Can we get a round of applause for you guys for coming through the rain? Because that rain was serious last night and this morning. So thank you for coming again. I am the founder of Call Sheets and Cocktails. Is a women's entertainment media company. What kind of media company? It's more of a networking company. So we do everything from brunches to networking mixers to panels. I try to do them as much as I can. And I appreciate you guys for coming. I want to first thank Anthropologie. Can we give them a round of applause for hosting them at this event? Is Whitney right here. And also I want to thank Alliance for Women in Media for partnering with us for this event. If you haven't looked them up, they're a great organization that you should look into joining memberships as well. So let's give them a round of applause. And before I begin, we were going to get a little few words from our sponsors. First is Whitney for Anthropologie.
Thank you. It was really great joining forces with Tony. My name is Whitney Carshall. I am our home stylist here at Anthropologie. And what that is essentially an in-house interior designer that works with Anthropologie's customer. Anthropologie actually has a huge home business, from rugs to lighting to custom American-made furniture, some amazing stuff. And my job is to work with the customer and completely complimentary design your home. Anything from helping you find throw pillows for your sofa or designing your entire brownstone or restaurant from head to toe. So that's what I'm here for. I put my card in the brownies because I thought he would take them that way. But I'm actually one of you. I am a producer and casting director. Styling, interior design was always my side hustle. It was the other creative part of me that needed to be fulfilled. I did for many years. And then I stepped away about a year ago from television a little bit to explore this and focus on this. So I just have to say, you all should make sure you're nurturing that other piece of you that says you need to do this, carve out that time for yourself, like I have. Anyway, so if you ever need anything for your home or for your production office, please call me. If you need any set styling, photography styling, call me, text me. Thanks, guys.
Next we'll hear from Jan from Alliance for Women in Media.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Tony. And I'm up here with Emily, who's also on the board of awmnyc.org. So look us up. We are an organization that spans across all the different media types in the New York market. So we have people in our group that are in advertising, in publishing, in broadcast, in recruiting, in content development, in production. We've had newscasters, we have a professor, we've had other professors. So it's a very broad organization that will help you meet other women across the industry and network and look at opportunities. We have a really interesting array of programming that we are in the process of planning for the next year, 2019 into 2020. Can't believe it's 2020 already. But we are, always looking for new members who can not only join us and be part of our organization, but also help us with ideas. I love that Whitney talked about the idea of a side hustle, because that's a session that we're batting around that we might focus on. This kind of, I think for me, kind of seals it that we should do that, because it's important for everybody to have a fulfilled life throughout every type of media that they work in. So I encourage you to look us up, to come to our event. We'll be posting our first event sometime this summer as we formalize the date. And I'd like Emily also to say a few words about how she got involved in the organization. But thank you, Tony, for having us, and we'd love to see all of you as come to an event and meet our bigger group.
Please ask us
have any questions of any event, we're happy to tell you more about the organization. I got involved in college and stuck with it because of the array of women that are members of the organization. There's always someone whose brain you can pick about different things coming up, whether it's a specific industry or a career problem like negotiating your salary or interviewing. So just another great network, and we like to partner with other networking groups as well.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
So part of this mixer, I like to have a theme for each one of them, and we're halfway throughout the year. So I felt like, as many as you are aware, that the industry's changing. A lot of things are changing. A lot of media companies are creating their own content. The brands are creating their own content, from Red Bull to Refining 29. And I feel like a lot of women are like, I'm not finding jobs. And it's important to come to places like this to network, to meet other women, to talk to other women, and then branch out your network so you could meet people, because what you do is valuable. And I felt it was important to have a person like Lori Bullock, no relation, everyone asks, is she my sister? And I was like, no relation, to come and speak to you guys about her experience, because she also came from the world of broadcast and now works in advertising. So she has a couple of few words, but before she begins, I want to read her resume a little bit, her little bio. Ms. Bullock is a VP Executive Integrated Content Producer at Townhouse Worldwide, where she currently manages all content production related duties and production staff for several health, wellness, and lifestyle brands. Townhouse Worldwide is a production agency under the holding company media giant WPP, which services content production needs exclusively for the leading global ad agency Grade Worldwide. Ms. Bullock began her advertising career in 2000 as a broadcast producer at Grey, where she oversaw the financial planning, production, and content creative duties for several brands under Diageo parent company, which included Tanqueray Gin, Captain Morgan, and Parrot Ray Rum. She also managed the commercial and radio production for brands including Pringles, Febreze, and Downy. She also spearheaded production duties for commercial work for her Frontier Airlines, where she won an Emmy in 2010. Woo. Yes, because we all want to win an Emmy. I want to win an Emmy. Her career as a producer started as a broadcast journalism, working for local ABC and Fox News affiliates here in New York City shortly after graduating from St. John's University. Her news production background later prepared her for a career in industrial documentaries and corporate long-form filmmaking for major corporations including Ford Motor Company, amongst others. Ms. Bullock used her talents for production and quickly went up the ranks as a producer, senior producer, and now a VP of Integrated Executive Producer, where she continues to make her presence known as a key production executive and mentor. I am happy to introduce Ms. Lori Bullock.
Hello, ladies. Hello.
You're welcome.
Thank you all for coming out tonight. I'm so happy to be here, seeing how many wonderful, lovely faces tonight. And I just want to say that Cold Sheets of Cocktails is an amazing networking mixer, which I'm really happy to be a part of. Is this your first maiden networking event for the summer?
Yeah. Oh, well, no, it's the second one.
Oh, the second one. Okay. All right, number two. Very good. So basically, Tony invited me, and I was so happy to say yes. I would love to come out and meet all you lovely women working in the industry in various fields and capacities. So I figured I would just share a little bit about my experience, my background, I guess trends, things that are changing in the industry, how to make yourself valuable, and really know your worth, and what you can do to make this whole media endeavor better, utilize your talents, and kind of kick the door down and let people know that you mean business. So that's why I'm here. So if there are questions you want me to start with, or...
It's up to the ladies.
Okay.
Does anyone have any questions they want to start with?
Yes.
How do we kick the door down?
Well, I think the first thing you need to do is understand that you're capable than more than you know. And if you don't know that, you're not going to be able to convince anybody else. So depending on what your endeavor is, what you're striving to do, I think you need to start doing it on your own. So if you're a writer, write. If you're a photographer, go out there and shoot content. If you are a blogger, blog. If you are a filmmaker, make films. Whatever it is that interests you, create the content, create a website, get it out there, volunteer, and get your name, basically. I think that's the best advice that I can give anybody. And don't be afraid to not make any money at first, because I think people need to know that you are willing to really put your heart and soul in projects. So there's something going on in your community, shoot it, film it, write about it. Get in touch with the editor of the local newspaper or the local magazine. So the one thing I've learned about advertising is that it's really about community and understanding people. So once you understand yourself and what you want to contribute to the greater public, whether it's your art or your passion, find that community and just get it out there as best you can. And do informational interviews. You know, the one thing I've known, people like to talk about themselves. So make it a point to follow people, whether they're on Instagram, if they wrote a book, if they volunteer things. Find out what they're doing, write them a note, send them Instagram, private message, whatever. Whatever you need to do to let people know who you are. Just don't stalk them. So, what can I ask what your passion is and what you like to do?
Oh, well, thanks for asking.
Your name is Candace. Okay, nice to meet you, Candace.
Thank you. Nice to meet you guys too. Nice to meet you. Thanks for sharing. Well, right now I actually work for a company called Crisis Text Line. And basically, if you're in crisis, you can text in and have a trained crisis counselor to speak to. 741-741. But and so I love being there. But my passion also is being a poet. So I'm a spoken word poet.
Oh,
I'm actually a former reporter.
Okay.
Like yourself, and I moved from upstate New York. I moved back home so that I could figure out how to do this. And yeah, so that's what I do. I'm a PR person in the day, and then I go into a poet. And sometimes I go by the stage name Red.
Red? Okay, so tomorrow, Red, I want to be on your Instagram page and I want to listen to your latest 15-second poem. Okay? And every woman in this audience will do the same, and then you will have a new community of people that will support you as a poet. And then we can then in turn say, hey you guys, did y'all check out that poet Red? And then the community starts to support you. So there you go.
What's your Instagram? My Instagram is Candace J. Dunkley. So Candace. J as in joy, and then Dunkley, D as in dog, UN as in Nancy, KLEY. I do have some poems up there now, and that was a great challenge for me.
Okay, so what are you going to do for tomorrow?
Post a 15-second poem.
Right.
So that you guys can all check out.
And who are you going to thank? People who organize.
I'm going to thank the organizers of Call Sheets to Cocktails.
Call Sheets to Cocktails with a 2.
Yes.
There you go. Okay. Right, because the first thing about self-promotion is to also give back and promote the audience that you're looking to promote. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yes, Tony.
So, if I am a content producer and I was interested in working with brands,
Right.
because, like, for instance, like Red Bull creates their own brands.
Yeah.
But sometimes they look at our resume and may be like, I don't think you really understand our world. How do we talk to them and be like, I can create that ad for you? Because it's the same thing that I do.
The first thing I would say to you is you're going to need to know the brand profile of what Red Bull is.
Okay.
And you're going to need to understand it and recite it back to the executives at Red Bull on the spot. And then they need to feel as though that you get their brand authentically. Then once you understand what their brand is, what their credo is, what they're putting out to the world, you go create some sort of content that you think best supports what they do as a brand, right? Because again, remember, the first thing about advertising and branding is what? Community. When you understand the community that you're creating brands for, then you're able to represent that brand better. Because after a while, guess what? The brand does not belong to the company that created it. It belongs to the people that live it and breathe it
And pay for
and
it.
use it and pay for it. Exactly. So
Okay.
if you're a Red Bull user yourself,
Sometimes.
okay, well then,
Yes,
yeah, because then you want to be able to be, I'm going to say this word, authentic.
Yeah.
Right? Authenticity is the most valuable thing about branding, because once people sniff out the fact that you're fake, they want no parts of you. So if you want to represent something that Red Bull does, make sure you've captured their authentic brand personality.
Happy.
And then just create something, 10 to 15 seconds, get it out there, post it, put it on their page, upload it, do whatever that
And
you
a
need to do.
hashtag.
Exactly. So,
I agree, thank you. Because I feel like, just to add on to that, from the year that I graduated, I remember graduating and I majored in television. They were like, go ahead, good luck, because YouTube started blowing up. And no
Right.
one really knew what digital was. So I feel like for the younger people here, you have a great advantage of using social media.
oh
for your
my God,
advantage.
you do it. Because everybody's a maker.
Yes. And
Yeah.
putting your content out there and getting the eyeballs to see it. Like, Issa Rae is a great example of using her, like, if you make great content, people are going to see it. And they're going to recognize it. And they're going to come see you for it. So use that to your advantage of hashtagging whatever Rebel hashtag is. Or, and using their brands to help you and promote you and get yourself noticed.
Yeah. Find out what they like to do in terms of giving back to the community too. If you support it, then you can show up and go to an event. If there is an issue that's timely, let's say that affects women, equal pay, or whatever, make a specific hashtag about that. So Red Bull should be a part of that movement as well. Because when you invest in a company and spend your hard-earned money, remember we talked about that the brands also belong to the consumer, then you have a lot to say. So make them hear what you need to hear, because you're ultimately investing in their brand, and you want that ROI, what return on investment.